สวัสดีค่ะ and good morning. Welcome to Morning Thailand. I'm Wanasorn Keurhong.
And I'm Thananapat Noivien. Good morning. And it is Wednesday, October the 3rd, 2013. Kun Gov, of course, in this edition of the show, we'll still keep you posted with the highlights from the newspapers front pages. And this morning, there seems to be a lot of issues that we have to focus on, especially the charter change bill that has been already submitted for royal endorsement already, according to the Prime Minister.
Now, Kun Fai is ahead of yourself a little bit. It's October the 2nd. Tomorrow will be October the 3rd.
I just said the 3rd.
Yes,
Seriously?
you did. Yeah, because we were talking about the birthday celebration for His Supreme Patriarch, His Holiness สมเด็จพระสังฆราช and of course it will be tomorrow on October the 3rd for the 100th birthday anniversary already. Now of course the Prime Minister was presided over the ceremony yesterday on October the 1st, and what she did was open an exhibition that obviously showcasing His Holiness lifetime activities that he has been doing in terms of being in the monkhood and such. Now, in this particular celebration, you can always join if you are interested, of course, at the วัดบวรนิเวศวิหารราชวรวิหาร There you go. I'm trying to get the whole name here. And of course, as the วัดบวรนิเวศวิหาร in this particular temple, yesterday there were a ceremony and there was a giving of an alms. As you can see there, 200 of the monks joined in this particular event. Now, of course, at this point, due to the fact that His Holiness is not very well, so he could not be out and about that much. But in terms of celebrating his 100th birthday anniversary, a lot of people were actually acting on his behalf. And of course, พระเทพสารเวที the secretary to the Supreme Patriarch was actually there yesterday to greet the Prime Minister คุณยิ่งลักษณ์ชินวัตร and they say that at this point there has been a lot of exhibition in place for this particular event. Now they say that the past 86 years in monkhood, His Holiness has contributed greatly to the expansion of Buddhism, both in as well as out of the country, and obviously made Thailand one of the world's Buddhism spot. And they say that in this particular auspicious occasion, there would be adjoining cooperations between various parties, including the Religious Affairs Department, the Ministry of the Culture, the National Office of Buddhism and Educational Institutions in organizing various activities to celebrate such auspicious day. Now, they say that the main festivities obviously will be at this วัดบวรนิเวศวิหาร temple during October the 1st, and it's going to go all the way to October the 7th. So you have a few days yet to visit the place, and there will be exhibition on life and work of His Holiness, as well as the international Buddhist meeting that he has attended. So it will be quite interesting. So if you get a chance, you can actually go in and at least taking a look at the event.
And of course, Wat Bawar Niwet Vihan Temple is located in Bang Lampu area of Bangkok.
And so it's not that far. If you visit Grand Palace, might as well go a little bit further and visit the temple.
And from that auspicious occasion, now moving on to an unfortunate incident again, the accident that happened in the middle of the night on Rama 3rd Road at around 1 a.m. yesterday. Police of Bang Pong Pang Police Station had been informed of a fatal car crash that happened on Rama 3rd Road at the scene, which is near the Bangkok Square Market in Bang Pong Pang area, Yanawa district of Bangkok. They found a Honda Integra car modified as a racing car in quite severe condition, Kun Gov. And 50 meters away from the car, they found a body of a woman. The victim named Kun Supaporn Chaimongkon, age 21, and she works at a cashier staff of the Brinks Thailand company, which is located nearby the restaurant that which is the crime scene. Her boyfriend, Kun Nikom Utiya, said that they had been working at the same place, and at that time they were out on a break. Kun Supaporn was waiting at the table while he was ordering food at the counter. However, the car had smashed into the restaurant in a blink of an eye where they were in and hit his girlfriend quite hard that her body flew into a parking lot nearby, killing her instantly. Witnesses said that the Honda car was traveling at a very high speed and its engine roared very loud as if the driver tried to speed up on the pedal, testing its speed. And however, this was not the first time that the witnesses saw this particular car because they remember seeing it for several nights before. Kun Siwapon Sang Pitak, age 25, he was the driver of this particular Honda car, has been charged of reckless driving causing a person to death, and he had suffered a little chest pain but not that seriously, and another person was injured. He was being sent to Bang Prakok, one hospital. Now investigators are conducting a probe and interrogation to find if Kun Siwapon, the driver, has an alcohol in his blood.
So, did they find any? I'm pretty
Not
sure
yet.
there might be a trace of alcohol, that's for sure. Because one of the things, like, you modified it to fit, obviously, a racing car, and you're using it on a street that obviously not purposely made for that.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I think we've seen a lot. In this particular case, obviously, is quite severe due to the fact that obviously the bystander that has nothing to do with it actually have to pay for this price. It just is sad. But hopefully the police will actually look into this soon. And because I think this is just two cars, right? It's not like one of those motorcycle gangs, because I've seen one of those before. Pretty much closed down the street around my house. It was quite shocking, and you know, it's scary at the same time because you know that there's not much you can do if you make a mistake of
try to
honking.
stay away from
exactly.
them.
If you made a mistake of honking at them, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get in big trouble, and that's not one of the things that sit very well with you in terms of safety. Now, moving on to another issue that's not really rest assured in terms of if you have your car parked at home, you think it somewhat should be safe, right? However, in this particular case, they say that there has been a report on the 27th of September saying that there was a break into the car, so busting of a car window, and
It was parked inside the house.
Yep, it was parked in Kehat Thani 4 housing estate. And I believe that is probably perhaps one of those housing estate that is not that close. So that means that it's quite open, so anyone can go in and out. Now, these two decided to ride around town and having all this, I guess, scouting for a car that would be able that they would be able to bust. Now, in that particular case, Kun Anjantra Chotiwut, on the 27th of September, there you go. They say that she reported that her car, her Honda CRV, the window was actually busted open, and she lost 350,000 baht in cash, 16 of her book banks, as well as 10 of her ATM cards. And of course, she reported this to Romglao police station. And yesterday, they already be able to arrested these two culprits, Kun Kampon Pan Suwan, as well as Kun Aphiwat Kong To. Now, Kun Kampon, the head of this operation, is 26, while Kun Aphiwat is only 19. So obviously these two could have done something much better. And they say that what they use is two of the screwdriver, and they would actually go around to different houses, estates, and look for the car and look for the opportunity to bust it open and obviously take whatever they could. So I think this is one of the things is that do not leave anything inside your car.
I'm going to say something about that because it's not common that the victim have kept a lot of valuable treasures inside the car, including book bags and ATM cards.
I thought it was quite interesting too, but it's probably one of those briefcase. I assume they didn't actually put on detail how come she has that much money in the car, but anyhow, they actually ended up saying that the two culprits already pretty much used up whatever they stole. So at this point, they turned that into 2 of the cell phones and 1 of the gold chain, 2 baht gold chain. And they used the rest to buy clothes. So I'm not quite sure how she's going to get her money back either. All right.
So just be sure that you kept the gate locked and also not left any belongings inside the car. Now moving on to the movement, Kun Gao, we have heard the reports about the killing of animals, specifically elephants, for the ivory trade. Now there's a movement by the animal rights activists and also public sector in order to push for the stricter regulations in protecting animals, as I said, in specific the elephants. According to the reports, there were hunters killing elephants to get their ivories to sell them abroad. Now, certain sectors of the society have joined hands in launching a campaign to stop the ivory trade yesterday at the Elephant Preservation Center in Mae Bang district of Chiang Mai province. Kun Sang Duan Chailer, she's the foundation chairman, has revealed that the elephant preservation groups from across the country have planned the gathering and also to submit the letter to the Prime Minister asking for changes, which means the stricter regulations and measures in protecting animal rights and preservation. In the bills, Kun Sang Duan revealed that now global community is paying a very close attention to elephant hunt worldwide following a report that more than 35,000 elephants have been killed in African region in recent years. She said that Thailand has been ranked the second on the country's list that involve ivory trade, both in terms of sellers and buyers following China. And this Friday, the group will be asking for clarification from the government regarding their stance and also their solution on this particular matter. This particular gathering has been planned to raise awareness of the public, and the activists plan to march from MBK Shopping Center in Pathum Wan area to Central World Shopping Center. And lots of people, the animal rights activists, the groups, and also actors and actresses from entertainment industry have expressed their intention to participate in this particular event as well. So this will be one of the movement that could raise the awareness among the public because it involves a lot of familiar faces.
All right, but that's one other thing. Like we want to make sure, especially since this government has already made it clear that they will open up trade in African continent as well. So to actually show them, that we are against the selling or trade of ivories, obviously a lot of ivory trades involving the African elephants as well. So we do not want to be part of that. That's good. All right, moving on to another update of the VAT fraud. We report about that before, about 4.3 billion baht of VAT tax fraud. And at this point, the value added tax, obviously, they said that yesterday, the AMLO, the anti-money laundering office, actually, and they have already went to Kasikorn Bank, where there's the 2 safe deposit boxes that believed to belongs to this set of people that belongs to Kun Virayut Saelong, Kun Saitan Saelong, who's obviously siblings, and also the other 2 culprits as well that the name hasn't been disclosed. However, they believe that these 2 safe deposit belongs to them. And of course, the Police General Sihanat Prayunrat has went in, taking the AMLO staff to go in and just take a look and open these 2 safes. However, I don't think they are that much surprised because when they open it, there's nothing in it. Apparently, the culprit has already opened up the safe just in May, so they probably removed all the belongings already, and they believe that part of that is about 300 million baht of gold bricks that they had in the safe deposit box. Now, at this point, what they can do is just confiscate the 2 condominium rooms worth about 30 million baht, as well as several of the real estate assets that belongs to these culprits. And interestingly enough, though, obviously this is one of the biggest case, so is involved the DSI as well, the Department of Special Investigation. However, due to the empty of the safety box, they believe there is some rumor that there might have been a leak. And of course, AMLO has already talked about this, and he said that there's a little chance that information being leaked. However, as you can imagine, Kun Tharit Phengdit, the chief of the DSI, has to come out and say that, well, he doesn't think that there's some leak within DSI. So there might be who somehow give them a tips off, and they were able to remove everything because they say that they work closely together in cooperation, and this is probably not from the DSI, according to Kun Tharit Phengdit, of course. And he said that the gold must have been removed from the case, broke, and the state officials call on the bank not to allow the access to these particular safe. At this point, they say that it's probably happened before the case come to light, the removing of all the golds. But then again, you can't really, well, the last one was like in May, but I'm pretty sure that they have known for a while. I mean, that
the police are now after them.
Exactly. So unfortunately, at this point, all they could actually confiscate is several of the real estate assets. That's pretty much it. All right.
And with that, we're taking a short break for now. Up next, there's an update of the situation of flood of the country. And also, Kun govt also has the report of the new approval from the cabinet.
Yes, of course. You're going to have to, you will get to enjoy free rides for buses and train for 6 more months. So please stay tuned.